Be me, 29 years old. Been with my girlfriend for 4 years. We live together in a nice little apartment we both love. Relationship is solid. No real drama, no blow-ups, no trust issues. Genuinely one of the best things in my life. Feel comfortable and loved every day. She starts spending more time on her phone lately. Notice she is watching a lot of videos about feminism and relationships. Does not think much of it at first. People watch stuff online all the time. Few weeks pass and she is deep into it. Talking about how monogamy was invented to oppress women. Says she read that traditional relationships limit female self-discovery. Starts using words like liberation and autonomy constantly. Brings up a podcast she listened to while making dinner. Something about how women in open relationships feel more empowered. How monogamy is just a social construct built by men to keep women from fully becoming themselves. Not along because I do not want to start a fight. But something feels off about all of this. She is not unhappy with me exactly. Just seems like she is searching for something. She mentions a friend who opened her relationship. Says the friend is thriving and free and more confident. I ask how the friend is actually doing. She says, well, she is going through some stuff, but overall great. Few more weeks of this content and she is fully converted. Talking about compulsory monogamy constantly. Says she has been in an online group for women exploring these ideas. Describes it like she joined a religion. One evening she sits me down at the kitchen table. Says she has been doing a lot of thinking lately. Tells me she wants us to open our relationship. I put my glass down slowly. Ask her what she means exactly. She says we could both see other people while staying together. Says it is about personal growth and exploring identity. Says monogamy is a cage society built around people. Tell her I am not unhappy with what we have. Ask if she is unhappy with me specifically. She says no, but she wants freedom to fully become herself. Says this is not about me at all. Ask her if she met someone she likes. She says no, it is just a philosophical thing. An ideological position she has arrived at through learning. I tell her I need to think about this. She seems surprised I am not immediately on board. Tells me she has been thinking about this for weeks already. Like that makes it something I should decide in 5 minutes. Tell her I understand and I need time. She pushes a little over the next few days. Asks what I am thinking and when I will decide. Tells me this is really important to her self-actualization. I tell her I hear her and I am still processing. Eventually I agree to try it. Partly because I love her and want her to be happy. Partly because I feel like I have no real choice here. She seems overjoyed and relieved immediately. We sit down and make some agreements together. She suggests honesty and protection as the main rules. Says we should keep each other as primary partners. I ask if she has any other things to add. She says no other people in our apartment. I agree and say that seems reasonable to me. Ask if she wants me to say anything else. She says just be honest and we will be fine. I go to bed early that night feeling hollow. She downloads dating apps within the hour. Can hear her swiping from the other room. Try to sleep and cannot. She starts going on dates within the first week. Gets dressed up more carefully than she has in years. Spends a long time doing her hair and makeup. I sit in the living room and watch a show I do not remember. She goes out and comes home late glowing. Says it was fun and she had a great time. I ask a few questions and she answers them. We go to sleep without talking much. She keeps going on dates over the next few weeks. Seems happy and energized and excited. I tell myself this is fine and she is happy. Keep telling myself it every morning. Eventually decide I should actually use the freedom too. Feels strange to even download the apps. I have not dated anyone in 4 years. Forget how any of this even works. Match with a woman who seems interesting and kind. We talk for a while and she is easy to talk to. Ask if she wants to get coffee sometime. She says yes, and we make a plan. Tell my girlfriend I have a date next week. She pauses for a moment, then says, okay, great. Ask if she is all right, and she says totally fine. Her voice is a little too bright. Day of the date arrives, and I get ready normally. Put on a clean shirt and brush my hair. She watches me from the couch, saying nothing. The apartment feels strange and quiet. Meet the woman for coffee near the library. She is funny and warm and easy to talk to. We end up walking around for a couple of hours. Genuinely have a nice time. Come home that evening feeling okay. My girlfriend is sitting at the kitchen table. She asks how it went very casually. I say it was good, and she nods. Tell her the woman is interesting and we got along well. She asks if I am going to see her again. I say probably yes, we talked about it. She goes very quiet and stares at her phone. Ask if she is all right. She says she is fine, just tired. I can tell she is not fine at all. But she told me this was what she wanted. Go on a second date later that week. It goes well again and I enjoy myself. Come home and my girlfriend is already in bed. She pretends to be asleep when I come in. Next morning she is cold and distant over breakfast. Asks me how my date went again, like she forgot. I give her a short answer and eat my cereal. She stares at the table and says nothing. That evening she tells me she has been thinking. Says she is not sure the open thing is working for her. I point out that it was her idea 3 weeks ago. She says she knows, but feelings changed. Tell her I am just doing what we agreed to together. She says she understands, but it feels different now. Ask her what specifically feels different lately. She says watching me actually go see someone. Remind her that she has been going on dates too. She says that is different because she started it. I look at her for a long time without speaking. She looks away first. She asks me to stop seeing the woman I have been dating. Tell her I do not think that is fair given everything. She says she knows, but she cannot handle it. I ask her if she wants to close the relationship. She pauses and says she is not ready to stop hers. She just wants me to stop mine specifically. I tell her that is not how any of this works. She gets upset and tells me I am being difficult. We have a long argument that goes in circles. She says she wanted growth, not this kind of pain. I tell her growth sometimes means sitting with discomfort. She tells me not to therapize her right now. I cancel my next date out of respect for her feelings. Tell the woman the situation is complicated right now. The woman is understanding and says no hard feelings. I feel bad about the whole thing, honestly. My girlfriend does not even notice I canceled. She goes out that same night with someone else. Comes home late and seems distracted. I am awake reading when she gets back. She sees me on the couch and looks surprised. I tell her we need to actually talk about this properly. She sits down and wraps herself in a blanket. Looks young and uncertain for the first time in months. Tell her I love her and want to figure this out together. Ask her what she actually wants from all of this. She is quiet for a while and then starts crying a little. Says she does not actually know anymore. She says the content made it sound so clean and freeing. Said the women online described it like a spiritual awakening. Says the reality is messier and harder than she expected. I hand her a glass of water and sit next to her. She says she thought she would feel liberated and alive. Instead, she says she just feels anxious and off-center. Says she does not like the way she feels when I am gone. I tell her I know because I can see it on her face. She asks me if I want to go back to how things were. I tell her I do, but that I am also a little hurt by all this. She asks what hurt me specifically, and I tell her the truth. That she pushed for something and then moved the goalposts. Tell her that she expected me to stay home and wait. That she wanted the freedom for herself and not for me. She starts crying harder and says she knows that now. Says she is ashamed of how she was thinking about it. We talked for a long time that night about everything. About the content she consumed and how it shaped her thinking. about how ideology can sound airtight until real life interrupts, about how she never once asked me what I needed. She says she convinced herself it was feminist and correct, so she stopped questioning whether it was right for us. I tell her that is a dangerous way to make big decisions. She agrees very quietly. We agreed to close the relationship again that night. She texts the people she was seeing and explains things. I am not in the room for that part and do not need to be. She comes to find me after and says it is done. Ask her if she is okay, and she says sort of. She says she feels embarrassed and sad and relieved all at once. I tell her that sounds about right given everything. She laughs a little, which helps. Next few weeks are awkward between us. There is a distance that was not there before all this. She is more careful around me and I am more guarded. We are both trying, but it takes effort now. She stops watching the content cold turkey, deletes the apps and leaves the online groups. Says she needed to step back from all of it. I do not push her on it and just let her breathe. She starts asking me more about my feelings in general, something she was not doing much before any of this. I notice she listens differently now when I talk, like she is paying attention in a new way. Months pass and we are still working on it. The trust is not completely gone, but it is fragile. There are evenings where something small reminds me, and I go quiet and she notices and looks worried. She asks me one night if I think we will be okay. I tell her I think so, but I cannot promise anything. She says that is honest and she respects that. We sit on the couch together without talking for a while. She tells me she learned something hard from all this, that freedom sounds simple when someone online explains it, but that freedom without consideration for the other person is just selfishness with a better vocabulary. I tell her that is probably the most accurate thing she has said, in the past 6 months at least. She makes a face and then we both laugh a little. It is the first real laugh we have had in a while, still together a year later. Things are mostly repaired, but not completely the same. She thinks more carefully before she latches onto new ideas now. I think more carefully about speaking up when something worries me. Sometimes I think about the woman I went on dates with. She was kind and I hope she is doing well. That part of it was never the real problem anyway. The real problem was assuming the rules only applied one way. Be careful about letting ideology do your thinking for you, especially in decisions that affect someone you actually love. Liberation that only counts for you specifically is not liberation at all.